Hello and welcome to Good, Better, Behtareen. Hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday morning. I'm particularly excited today because my special guest this morning is someone who radiates cheer and positivity wherever she goes. She is such a solution oriented person, a lateral thinker, someone who is always ready to troubleshoot. And it's a joy to know her as a friend and as a group member at so many platforms. She is an IT professional. She is a very hands on mom of two preteens, and the way she juggles life and work, home and career is really commendable. I could go on, but let's welcome her to the show, Miss Aisha Ali. Aisha, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Fazia. Thank you for having me. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to be here and thank you for the wonderful introduction.
Okay, Aisha, walaikum assalam. Welcome to the show. As a student, as someone looking for their aims and objectives and their career path in life, your life choices, share with us the beginnings of your journey.
Well, back home in Pakistan, I'm from Lahore. So I started even as a school kid, like even if I have my old pics, and mom also keeps telling me that I was always a good student. And other than that, it's not just about being a good student. From my earliest memories, I think I used to enjoy learning a lot. So even now at this age, if any person I meet and they at the end of the day they teach me even one little thing, any new thing it really excites me and it really drives me. So in childhood, because I was the only sister of four brothers, I didn't had much to do at home or share my things with someone else. So a school was a very a safe place for me and a happy place for me where I could learn new things, exciting things, and it opened a lot of horizons for me. So that was something, the kind of place the school was for me from my earliest memories. And I've been very lucky to have some wonderful teachers during my O levels, and I still thank them sometimes. And after that, eventually I went into computer engineering, and I did engineering from UET Lahore. I For a couple of years I worked in corporates and different software houses before I got married, and then we moved to different countries, China, Germany, and eventually decided to settle in Australia. We're a citizen now. It's been more than 5 years, alhamdulillah, and very glad that I can continue in my field again. Recently I've started working back again, so I'm very glad to be where I am. Thank you.
All right. Before we move on to the next question, would you like to share with us a little about China and Germany? A comment on life and work experience there?
Yeah, I would love to, because a lot of people ask me like, oh, how is it, like most of the people know about Europe already, but I think very few have had the experience of being in China and those countries. So personally I would say that this that was really something that I want to go back there. Like I keep talking to my husband that, oh, we should go back there again, because I was expecting my first child when we were there and I couldn't really enjoy in this true sense, which I should have. But it's extremely beautiful, extremely green, extremely clean. The people are very, on time. If you can think past the communism and those kind of things, you'll realize that they have a lot to offer to the world.
Mm.
No wonder we have so many products belonging to their country in our homes, that they truly deserve it. When you go there, you'll see it's remarkable the hard work they put into their lives and how passionate they are about it. So that was really beautiful, and I loved how even the elders and little children, even they were all into exercise and workouts and staying healthy, eating healthy, and I loved their healthy habits, and most of all the cleanliness blew me away. So I think the world has a lot to learn from them. They are very vigilant in their ways.
Yes, no wonder they are so self sufficient and they are
Yes,
so content and they are so confident and sure of
absolutely.
themselves, even in the face of other global powers, because they know they
Absolutely.
rely on their sheer hard work.
They
It's
don't
rich.
Yes, the self-reliance, it's commendable. Like when you go there and you meet them and you see how they conduct their daily lives, you realize that what are the good habits that they have adopted, which have eventually led them to where they are. It's remarkable.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Aisha, would you like to share with us how your life changed after you had kids and how you evolved over their early years as a mom and as a woman?
Wow. I think every woman would say that they completely change once they have kids. In some of the ways, I have changed for the better. I think in most of the ways, I have changed for better. I was very self doubting, or I wasn't bad with confidence, but I should say that I used to doubt myself and undermine my abilities a lot. Even though most of the people I meet, they tell me that I come across as a very confident person, someone who knows it all, but clearly I know my deficiencies and where the problems lie. So after being a mother for a while, it was hard because after my first kid, I went into very terrible postpartum depression and I had extreme weight loss and health issues. That was a dark period because I did not know how to leave a full-time 9 to 5 job and suddenly just sit at home and be a mom. So that drastic transition and the realization that everyone around me does not understand how massive the change it is for me, someone who was very, passionate about their career and everything. So that threw me off. But second time, I think I was more prepared and I knew what to expect and how to juggle home and everything, and to understand the basic idea that me and my husband, we are a team and we have to work as a team. It came over the years with time, and I think I hope so, I think I finally got the hang of it, and I'm very glad about the journey, but it definitely wasn't easy.
Aisha, that is so relatable for millions and for all the people, all the viewers who are listening to you right now. Yes, there are those trials and tribulations and those challenges of life where we think that every strategy and every skill that we've mastered, nothing seems to work and we just kind of collapse. Those rough patches or dark period, as you said, we all have those bouts of dark periods and episodes. But yes, to emerge from them, and once we survive them and when we live through them, Alhamdulillah, we find that we've evolved and we've learned so much more, so many more defense mechanisms to cope with.
And it was, yeah, the realization that most of the problems that we thought around us we had the power to actually change it. This fact is just like, I wish I had known that a decade ago, but again, these kind of learnings come after losing and after making a lot of mistakes. So like now I realize that so many problems, like which I thought they were problems, I could have fixed them, I could have approached them in a better way and solved them in a better way. But like again, that's how I think you call aging, and that's what you call growing up with being growing old. But yeah, I wish I knew what I know now in my early 20s, but at least I'm glad that at least we got it in 30s.
So it's okay. This is called evolving and maturing with time. And you can't speed it up. You have to live through those times and you have to make those mistakes to actually learn.
True,
Yes.
true.
Aisha, it is so wonderful to see how you are juggling your home and career, your children, and your work. Would you care to share about how you have grown professionally and personally, and also how you manage to balance both and keep your sanity?
Okay, so here's a very important point that I want to share with all the girls who think that they can relate with my situation, who were working before they had kids, and even if they want to work right now after kids. Rule number one: go easy on yourself. Give yourself the margin of excuse, or be forgive yourself as much as you forgive others. So tell yourself that it's okay if some days are not working. It's fine, it's okay, it's humane. So that is very important because especially a person like me, like I set very high standards for my own self, like this is what I should be, and this is professionally and personally where me and my kids should be, and this is what I should juggle. And sometimes when you give out so much, you start feeling like an empty vessel, and some days I just collapse. So over the years I've learned that instead of going full throttle into it, I should just learn how to prioritize some things on some days and some things on the others. As long as over a span of a month or two you can balance everything out, it's fine, it's fine. So, and prioritizing your own health, your sleep, your food, your skincare, your health care, obviously that's supreme. But again, it's a learning process. I'm learning to do that. But anyone who wants to be who is a mother and who wants to be in those shoes of the women who think that they are managing home and career, I think everyone, nobody is perfect and we all make mistakes. There are some days when I know that, oh, okay, let's eat leftovers today. Those are those kind of dates. Some days we order from outside, but most of the time I like to cook myself, because it's not just my, even my husband and my kids, they love eating from outside, but I'm the kind of person who wants home cooked food and who loves home cooked food. So not for just them, it's my own issue more like, so I have to cook. That's what I have to do, and it also gives me such happiness. So I think at the end of the working day, if I cook one thing, it just releases all my tension and work stress and everything, and I feel that I've accomplished something. Other than that, to the mothers, I think the basic tips are true for everyone. That if you, very important thing that I've learned over the time, don't be embarrassed to switch your careers. We come from the countries like in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. I think in our area, and I think most of the developing countries, we think that there are only two, three professions we should pursue. And once we have that high degree, it's very like we feel that it's embarrassing for us to switch sides and go for easier things. Nothing is easy. Every job has its own importance, and that's how society is built. So if you think that right now, with the current load of responsibilities with kids and husband and family and everything, you think that you cannot do the thing that you were doing before kids, try to do something. At least start with something that you think that you can do within the current scenario. Because as time changes, as the kids grow up, as the family gets adjusted to the new changes, you'll soon have more liberty to try more tedious or heavier responsibilities. So I think you can just take that path with time. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yes, Asha, that's really sound advice. You started off by giving a very important pointer to everyone. Take it easy. So you're not telling us to have a laid back attitude or to be negligent, but to prioritize the important and valuable things and also care for your health and well being while you are going achieving your goals. And
True.
it's okay. You said that we all are human at the end of the day. And rather than think that we are superhuman and that we can do everything on a given day, we should relax. We should put things into their specific boxes,
Yes, absolutely.
which is very correct. Aisha, you've told us how to keep our sanity, and you've spoken of mind and prioritizing and mental health. If we take this a little further and talk about emotional health, what are a few emotional challenges you have faced as a mother, as a wife, or a woman, or just as a person emotionally? How do you deal with your emotions? And how do you manage to stay happy in spite of problems?
Well, Fozia, to be honest, I'm a very empathetic and emotional person. So, people like us, it's a journey to, to separate our emotions from the scenarios that are happening around.
Mhm.
So, after being the mother of two girls, any news, even as a woman myself, any news related to rape or child abduction or violences against women or those kind of things, they deeply disturb me to such a level that if there is something going on in a drama or in a movie, I can't watch it for, like, I just can't, because I start taking it too personally, and I think it's just me. So honestly, like, nobody is perfect. For me, there are some things and some barriers which I still don't, if I find hard to get my emotions around, wrap myself around those things, and how to be strong in those situations, I would say. But yes, there are a lot of other things that I think over the years I have accomplished, most of all understanding my own emotions, and telling myself that it's okay to fail, it's okay to get up again, it's okay to try, it's okay to love, it's okay to be uh, to it's okay to be not being valued at times. It's okay to be not being included at times, and that's fine. That's how everyone is. So I think over the years I've learned that, um, from someone, from a shy kid who was very embarrassed about she looked, and who was very embarrassed about her talents and thought that she has nothing to offer, to being someone that understands that we all have something to give, and nobody is superior or inferior to other. We just have to shine in our own light. And I think that's basically how I would sum up my journey.
Wow, Aisha, that needs to go on record. That needs to go in a book for so many others to read. You've summed it up beautifully. Kudos to you for having evolved in in such a in such a wonderful and spiritual manner. Aisha, what are a few? You mentioned your kids, and you mentioned how sensitively you think about your kids and how empathetic you are. Not just sympathetic, but empathetic and emotional. And you know, Aisha, research has shown us, and now we also are aware that it is the emotional people and people who feel things deeply and are ready to express their emotions, and they don't have inhibitions or apprehensions about how the world is going to gauge them and judge them on being so emotionally alive, vulnerable, and exposed, because to show your emotions is a sign of strength.
True.
So,
But that is something that you learn over the time, because you know how back home, whenever you cry on little things and whenever you try to express your emotions, you're always told how it is the strength of, like, how it is your weakness, not your strength.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm so glad to be to learn over time that this is actually, being empathetic is a good thing, and being emotional about issues that affect the society in general is a good thing. Being someone who's more into politics and who cares about what's happening in the environment, and who is deeply affected by climate change and human rights is a good thing. So it's not something to be joked about. So this is something that I've learned over the years, and I'm so glad that we are sitting in the first world countries now where these topics are seen as serious enough to be talked about. So I'm glad.
Yes, good on you. Aisha, you mentioned your kids, and I've met with your kids and I've interacted with them and had online workshops with them. They are two lovely, confident, and really interesting kids. And your upbringing and the way you mentored them, it comes across really loud and powerful.
Thank
So,
you.
to all the mothers out there, what are a few parenting techniques you would like to share that you've used to educate and mentor your kids?
Okay, so honestly, I think that parenting comes in all forms and sizes, and everyone has the right to parent their children the way they want. Everyone has different religious and social beliefs and cultural beliefs, and it's every parent's right to inculcate in their children. But I will only talk about the things that work for me. In my case, I have my girls are. I never had a sister, and I was always raised up with boys, and always I had, like, I would say that I had more comfortable conversations with men than girls, because I was a very passionate individual always, and I was very pro politics and very into sports and engineering. So those things, it's not just about gender, because most of the people I met in my life, who were passionate about these things that I'm passionate about, belong to the other gender than mine. So when I had girls, I was very, like, I was very excited about it, that okay, now I have someone who can be my friend and not just a kid. So I think my own how should I say that, my own deficiency I found in them, and I was like, okay, now I'm going to use you as my friend, not just my kid. So with them, I have no boundaries. If in one sentence I can say that I have no boundaries, it goes beyond and everywhere. Like, I have no boundaries. Anything they ask me, they know they will get an answer, and that answer will be true, definitely molded according to their age and my own cultural and religious beliefs. But they know they'll get the truth. So maybe it about makeup, or maybe it's about religion, or maybe it's about different gender issues, or anything they go and see in the society and they come back to me, they know they'll get an answer. And I try to, like, it's my religious belief that I just try to speak truth with them, because I want to tell them the truth, and I want to tell them my version of the truth, because I don't want them getting this from outside and having their others version of truth. So let them hear my version first, and then let them decide what they want. So that's basically it.
Excellent. Wow, mashallah, you are thinking along the right lines, and the sheer fact that you are saying, I want them to know the truth and to know the correct version of the truth and to get it from home. Because if you learn your most valuable lessons in life from home, you already enter practical life equipped with all the important knowledge and beliefs and the right mindset to meet the world and the challenges it will throw at you. Because I know different people grow differently, but if you have to go out there and look for your own answers, all those people also make their way in life. But isn't it so much more prettier and beautiful if you can start well equipped and you are doing that for your kids?
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I know they're going to grow up and they're going to find their own answers in life to a lot of questions that they might not ask me. But just at this age, because they are so young and vulnerable, I just want to give them, I try my best to give them the foundation where they know that their mother and dad, like, they can come and ask any question, and we'll be there for them. And just all the things that we can do for them, just have that belief and trust going on between them. So that's all I want to try to give them the foundation. I know they're going to grow up to be, they might not do a lot of things that I like, and because we didn't do a lot of things that our parents like, but we found our own truth, and they're going to find their own truth. But just to give them the foundation while they're still in my cage.
Yes, that's the way it happens in life. That's called the circle of life. Parents, they send forth their children and they give them all that they can manage to put in their toolkit. But of course, every child's life experiences and their choices and preferences, they are often very different from what the parents would like, which is okay. But the value system, the belief system and value system should be
The
good.
faith.
Yes. Aisha, I don't know how to thank you enough for having shared such sound advice with us, the basics, but which mean a lot. I just hope that everyone who's watching has taken so much food for thought from your wonderful advice and sharing with us your tips. And we would love to reconnect with you soon, maybe a little later down the track, and share with you what new learning has happened with you.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure sharing everything. I hope if one thing, even one little thing, can benefit someone, that would be worth it. Thank you so much, Fazia.
Thank
It
you
was
so
a
much,
pleasure.
Aisha, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And let's reconnect soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye.